about the diction. Think about the descriptive details that I read to you about the secret annex, or about this secret hiding place. Now on your paper that you labeled secret annex, I want you to write how that room makes you feel. How did that room make you feel? If you were in that room, how would that make you feel? Think about the way that words can set the tone, or that words can set the mood. Okay, now I want you to think about what words, what diction, what descriptive details made you feel that way. If you felt happy, what words made you feel happy? If you felt lonely, what words made you feel lonely? What descriptive words, what diction made you feel lonely? Switching gears for a moment. Think about a room in your home, or a room at your grandmother's. Think about your favorite room. Okay? Think about your favorite room, wherever it may be. Give me some words, that describe that room. Give me some descriptive words that describe that room.
I don't know.
Pick one and describe it. And tell me how it makes you feel. My example to you would be probably my mother's kitchen.
Well, we have to be in a grandma's house?
No, wherever your favorite room is. My favorite room would be my mother's kitchen. I've had a lot of memories there. It seems like our family always gathers in the kitchen. Okay, when there are plenty of couches in the house, we always seem to gather in the kitchen. So there's lots of memories there, lots of laughing there. Makes me feel warm. One, because she's usually cooking in there, so the stove's on. But also just the happiness I feel. The smells, I could give you some descriptive words of the smells. Cornbread, I always think about cornbread when I go to Mom's house. Because they're always cooking cornbread and peas. My dad has a big garden, so they're always cooking vegetables. Okay? So that's my example to you.
Can there be a place outside?
It can. You can. Alright. By show of hands, I just want to hear some of the words that you use to describe. Don't tell me the room. I want to hear some of the descriptive words, some of the descriptive language. Elijah? Tranquil. So she feels peaceful wherever she is. Trevor?
Warm.
Warm.
Comfortable.
Comfortable.
Cozy.
Cozy. Okay, colorful.
Welcoming.
Welcoming.
Active.
Active, relaxed.
Calm.
Calm. Creative. Closed, does it make you creative, or is the room creative? Okay. Panic, good.
I felt lonely, bored, and poor.
Lonely, bored, and poor. Creeped out. Crammed up. TJ, Emily? Fighting. Okay, very good. Very good. Alright, those are all great words that set the tone to our story. Okay, we have been reading from our informational text, Remembering Anne Frank. So we know what we're about to read, right? Okay? We're about to read the play version of the Diary of Anne Frank. We have background knowledge, how?
Of that.
The informational text, Remembering Anne Frank. Very good. Alright.
Should I have time to read that?
You will. I'll send one home with you. Alright, we're going to be in our book, 348 is where we're starting out. 348. 348.
Now we put up our paper. What is this? Do we need to use sheet of paper?
Yeah, you'll need it for one more thing, just a little bit. Say it again? Yeah. Alright, 348. Alright. Who's ever been in a play? Okay, lots of you. Good. Okay, so you know what stage direction is, right? Okay. So, something, those of you that have never been in a play, you may still understand what it is, but I'm going to explain it to you. Alright, while we are reading, in the middle of someone's line, it will have something in parentheses. Okay? Those are called stage directions. Okay? If we were standing on a stage and if we were acting this out, that would be telling us what to do or how to act or where to go. Okay? So as we're reading this, you do not read what's in parentheses. Okay? So for example, the first Mr. Frank line on 349, it says, in parentheses, quickly controlling himself, then he says, yes, meep, yes. So that means that he's going to quickly get himself together, controlling himself, and then that's what he says. Okay? So you don't read what's in parentheses. Rodrigo?
Are we going to ever act this out one day?
We are. We're going to do some certain parts of it. TJ?
The secret annex is almost 100 pages long. Are we going to really read all this?
We're reading the play.
Yay.
Alright, if you look on 349, this is the actual building I just described to you. This is an actual photo of the secret annex. Okay, if you remember from our informational text, we know that the secret annex was on top of what? Okay, the business, the warehouse. Okay, this is the business. And on top of that, you can see that window on the top. That was the only window they had in the secret annex. But that's the level of the building where they were. Okay, the secret annex, the secret attic, the secret room. Okay, that's where they were.
Does this still place exist today?
It's now a museum. You can go and visit it. You can go and visit it. And they have some of like the items that were left. They have it where you can look at it and see it. They still have the bookshelf. Remember the bookshelf hit the door to camouflage it? They still have the bookshelf up where you can see what it was like.
Did they let you go up into the secret annex?
I believe they still let you go up there. I guess that they probably keep it well maintained so you can, yeah.
Well, where is it?
It's in Amsterdam, Holland.
Where is it? I am going.
In Holland.
Where's Holland? Isn't Anne's diary on display?
Yes, and diary is on display there. This is an actual photo of the diary in Anne's picture. Okay, that was her actual, her handwriting, everything. Where? Okay? One page back. Alright. Today we will probably we may get through scene 2. I know we'll finish scene 1. Okay? Every single person in this room is going to have the opportunity to read a part at some point in time. Okay? Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but the next day you will definitely get your turn. Okay? Today, I will be the narrator so that I can model to you how I want the narrator to read. Okay? Alright, so today
Before
Alright,
we start,
yes.
can I go to work and get some tissue real quick?
Miss
Okay, Mr. Frank is obviously a male. I'm going to get Robert Hogan to be my Mr. Frank. Okay? Read loud, read proud. Alright, then we have a small part from Anne. At one time she reads with Mr. Frank, and then at one time she reads alone. I'm going to get Miss Raven to be my Anne today. Okay? Alright, so I will be starting to read on 348. Your first lines are on 349. Everybody with me? Alright. Okay, the curtain rises. It's an empty stage. It is late afternoon, November 1945. The rooms are dusty, the curtains in rags, chairs and tables overturned. First of all, because we have background information from our informational text, look at that year again. Where are we? 1945. After the war, Lexi pointed out. So we are after the war. Okay, keep that in mind. The door at the foot of the small stairwell swings open. Mr. Frank comes up the steps into view. He is gentle, cultured European in his middle years. There is still a trace of German accent in his speech. He stands looking slowly around, making a supreme effort at self-control. He is weak, ill. His clothes are threadbare. After a second, he drops his rucksack, it's kind of like a bag he's carrying around, on the couch and moves slowly about. He opens the door to one of the smaller rooms and then abruptly closes it again, turning away. He goes to the window at the back, looking off at the Westertorian as it's Carillon. Remember we said those were the bells in the church tower? Strikes the hour of 6. Then he moves restlessly on. From the street below, we hear the sound of a barrel organ and children's voices at play. There is a many-colored scarf hanging from a nail, remember that. Mr. Frank takes it, putting it around his neck, and he starts back for his rucksack. His eye is caught by something lying on the floor. It's a woman's white glove. He holds it in his hand, and suddenly, all of his self-control is gone. He breaks down crying. We hear footsteps on the stairs. Miep Geis comes up looking for Mr. Frank. Miep is a Dutch woman of about 22. She wears a coat and hat, ready to go home. She is pregnant. Her attitude toward Mr. Frank is protective, compassionate.
Are you alright, Mr. Frank?
Yes, me, yes.
Everyone in the office has gone home. It's after 6. Don't stay up here, Mr. Frank. What's the use of torturing yourself like this?
I've come to say goodbye. I'm leaving here, me.
What do you mean? Where are you going? Where?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Mr. Frank, you can't leave here. This is your home. Amsterdam is your home. Your business is here waiting for you. You're needed here. Now that the war is over, there are things that...
I can't stay here in Amsterdam, me. It has too many memories for me. Everywhere there's something. The house we lived in, the school, that street, organ playing out there. I'm not the person you used to know me. I'm a bitter old man. Forgive me. I shouldn't speak to you like this. After all that you did for us, the suffering.
No, it wasn't suffering. You can't say we suffered.
I know what you went through. You and Mr.
Praler.
I remember it as long as I live. Come, me.
Mr. Frank, did you see? There are some of your papers here. We found them in a heap of rubbish on the floor after you left.
Burned it.
But Mr. Frank, there are letters, notes.
Burn them, all of them.
Burn this.
Anne's diary. Monday, the 6th of July, 1942. 1942. If Possible meet only 3 years ago. Dear Diary, since you and I are going to be great friends, I will start by telling you about myself. My name is Anne Freight. I am 13 years old. I was born in Germany, the 20th of June, 12th of June, 1929. As my family is Jewish, we immigrated to Holland when Hitler came to power.
As Mr. Frank reads on, another voice joins his, as if coming from the air. It is Anne's voice. Okay, y'all read this together.
My father started a business importing spice and herbs. Things went well for us until 1940. Then the war came and the Dutch capitulation followed by the arrival of the Germans. Then things got very bad for the Jews.
Very good. Mr. Frank's voice dies out. Anne's voice continues alone. The lights dim slowly to darkness. The curtain falls on the scene.
You cannot do this. You cannot do that. They forced father out of his business. We had to wear yellow stars. I had to turn in my bike. I couldn't go to a Dutch school anymore. I couldn't go to the movies or ride in an automobile or even a streetcar and a million other things, but somehow we children still managed to have fun. Yesterday, father told me we were going into hiding. Where, he wouldn't say. At 5 o'clock this morning, mother woke me up and told me to hurry and get dressed. I was to put on as many clothes as I could. It would look too suspicious if we walked along carrying suitcases. It wasn't until we were on our way that I learned where we were going. Our hiding place was to be upstairs in the building where my father used to have his business. 3 other people were coming with us, the Van Dans and their son Peter. Father knew the Van Dans, but we never met them.
During the last line, the curtain rises on the scene, the lights dim, Anne's voice fades out. Okay, we'll get to scene 2 tomorrow, but before we close, okay? In your notes about the Holocaust, about the Nazi, I need you to take down one more note, okay? All right, we know that this is the end of the war, okay? We know the war is over, and we know that because we've read background information from our informational text. So we know the war is over. Otto Frank has gone back, and he's found what?
Anne's diary.
Okay, he begins reading the diary, and then has a memory, or he goes back in time, and that is called a what? Flashback. On 343 in the blue box, 343 on the blue box, I need you to know the definition to flashback. Okay? A flashback is an interruption in the present action of a plot to show events that happened at an earlier time. Yeah, put it with your notes. Put it with your notes. This will all be on one unit test. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Deep breath. You're taking down the note for flashback. It's on page 343 in the blue box.
I don't see a blue box.
Y'all, it's gray. I'm sorry. It's gray and it's outlined in red. Sorry, mine's blue. A flashback is an interruption in the present action of a plot to show events that happened earlier in time. Okay, so the present action is that he's in the secret annex with Meep and he's found the diary. He begins to read it and he goes back to what time?
When Anne was alive.
Okay, when Anne was alive, her first entry is what?
When they are
Okay, when they're going into hiding. It's the day they go into hiding.
so
Okay, it is, let's see.
So she died like at an early age.
1942 was her first entry. July, that was on her birthday. And then the day they go into hiding is what she's reading right here.
So how old was she when she died?
She was 15.
She died very young. So if that would have happened, she would have possibly.
Yes, she would be late 80s. Okay. All right. Now, that helped us connect those two texts. Okay? At the very beginning, we meet. If we did not have background information, we wouldn't yet know who she was, but we know who she is because we read it. Who is Meet?
One of the girls.
She's one of the girls that helped. Okay?
Miss Sonia,
Yes.
she would be, I think she would be 83.
Okay. We also know, we know the background of the war, but we also know where he is, the secret annex, because we've read about that. Okay? Alright, tomorrow we're going to pick up in scene 2, and we'll have different characters. We'll have different readers tomorrow. Okay? So, make sure that your notes stay in your journal. If your journal stays in here, leave it on your desk. Remembering your Frank goes on your desk, and your book goes underneath. That goes in your journal. That goes in your journal. In your journal. If you want to keep it, keep it. If not, put it on your desk. In your folder.